Death is a difficult topic for anyone to talk about, really, but the reality is we all need to plan for it. And living in the digital age is making it even tougher to do.
Most of us don't think about our online identity, things that remain after our deaths. A password, web domains, online accounts, and yes, even entire computers.
And tonight in a News 13 special report, Megan Shearing explores the digital afterlife and how to protect your digital legacy.
Roger Williams was the perfect picture of health. That's why his sudden death was a tremendous shock to his wife of 42 years.
He was fine when he went to bed, laughing, joking, cutting up, and he just never woke up.
Coping with his loss was a battle in itself for Marlene, but it's what her husband left behind that caused more problems months later. Roger Williams had several online accounts like Facebook.
Of course, he had his email. He had some phone accounts and NASCAR accounts and things like that.
But the problem was Marlene didn't have any of his passwords. Therefore, she was essentially locked out.
Some of the accounts maybe didn't show up for 3 months. You know, just when we thought, well, we got this taken care of, another one would pop up. And it was frustrating.
And it's stories like Marlene's that got Evan Carroll exploring your digital afterlife.
When we talk about your digital life, it's everything from the photographs and messages you store on your computer, all the way to things you have on Facebook or your email accounts or even the different usernames and passwords you use to manage your bank account.
The North Carolina native has co-authored 2 books predicting and preparing for the future of your online content. He also writes a blog on the subject.
We have to realize that some of the things that we have in digital form are perhaps very valuable to our family, and we need to think about how they would feel if they were suddenly unable to access that information, or if they were unsure of what we would have wanted to happen to it.
Carol recommends sitting down and thinking of all of the digital things you have, then making a note of all of them and how you access them. He says this can be giving your username and password to someone you trust, or putting a memorandum in your will that lets people know what you want done with each particular account.
When you're thinking about your will, the most important thing is to make sure that you don't include your usernames and your passwords in your will, because that becomes a public document. You don't want that information going out to the public.
These steps are important because each site has different terms and policies. Facebook does not have a way for loved ones to gain access to their account without a password.
Rather, they give 2 options. You can have that account memorialized, which means that the account credentials no longer work and there's some information that's removed from the profile, but existing friends can still interact with that account, or you can have those accounts removed.
Recently, Google, though, announced it was working to make it easier for people to plan their digital afterlife.
You can go into your Google account settings and say, if I haven't logged in 3 months, I would like you to take these actions with my account. Those actions could be notify this person and give them access to my data. Those actions could be delete my account entirely.
I have a wonderful sister and son that helped me through this.
Having more information is something Marlene says she appreciates. Although she can't go back in time to prepare with her husband, she says she can plan for the future and what happens to her digital information when she dies. That's why she's already shared her information with loved ones.
I feel much better for them that they don't have to go through what I went through.